So, nandito na tayo sa securing the cloud. Pang ano yan, last sa prelim. So, bali, introduction muna tayo ng cybersecurity fundamentals, securing the cloud. So, ito yung learning outcomes natin. Exercise 1 to 6, Introduction to Cloud, Threats to Cloud Security, Safeguarding Against Cloud Security Threats, Cloud Privacy Issue, Addressing Cloud Privacy Issues, and Choosing a Cloud Service Provider. Yung mga, after natin ito yung mga matututunan natin yan mamaya. Approximately 45 hours. Lab topology, ito yung gagamitin natin ngayon sa cybersecurity fundamentals natin. So, exercise 1, Introduction to Cloud. Over the last few years, cloud computing has become increasingly popular. Many organizations have moved from on-premises infrastructure to cloud infrastructure. Ayan, usong-uso na ngayon yung cloud. Ang pagkakaintindi ko kasi dyan is, imbis gagamit ka ng mga physical like flash drive or hard drive, meron na nga yung cloud, kumbaga yung mga storage, kumbaga mga big server, ganun. So, types of cloud and cloud services, benefits of cloud. Task 1, types of cloud. There are different types of clouds which is known as cloud deployment models. Private cloud can be set up either by organization itself or by third-party service provider. Public cloud works on shared infrastructure. The user usually have subscription to pay-per-use free models to access. Ang pagkaintindi ko dito sa private cloud, parang sa kanila lang yun, parang yung server na yun or yung storage na yun na cloud na yun, silang lang gumagamit nun. And sa public cloud naman, pagkaintindi ko dito, parang Google Drive na may siya, free siya, then minsan binabayaran siya, mga ganun, mga iCloud, ganun. Hybrid cloud is two different clouds, public and private. Ito naman pinaghalo lang na private and public cloud. The database server are in the private cloud where the web server are hosted in the third-party cloud shared environment. Okay. Community cloud. In a community cloud, users share the same set of data and resources. Task 2, cloud services. These are different types of cloud computing services available. When a user is accessing something in a cloud environment, they are accessing the type of cloud computing service. Software as a service, CaaS. In software as a service, an application is licensed to user, defined as a subscription. Ayan, Dropbox, ito yung mga example ng binibili daw. As minsan nasa web browser pa natin. Dropbox, ayun, meron yan sa Microsoft. OneDrive, ito din. Pang backup yan Cisco Webs, Citrix, GoToMeeting, Google Apps. Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is an online service that provides the virtualization of underlying network infrastructures such as physical computing resources, location, data partitioning, scaling, security, and backups. AS provides flexibility in upscaling and downscaling the infrastructure as required. Moreover, it will allow the team to do as following: create a virtual machine, install operating system on each virtual machine, and deploy middleware, and create storage cache. Etong virtual machine, ito yan, tulad nitong computer na to. Tawag yan virtual machine, ang pagkakaalam ko. Examples are Amazon EC2, Cisco, Microsoft Azure, Google Computer Engine. Platform as a service, PaaS. A platform as a service, a platform development offered to users subscription basis. In this model, set as development tools and provide by service provider. Parang babayaran mo siya, tapos paanihin ka na ng Sila na magpo-provide sa'yo ng mga kailangan mo. Ito may example ng cloud service providers. Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure, and Intel Maker. Network as a service. With a network as a service, a client have the access additional network resources such as switch and routers. The third-party provider owns the resources and provides it to the organization. Example, Amazon Rackspace, AT&T Level 3 Communication. Security as a service, yan. Security as a service offers cloud-based security solution when you implement this solution. Examples are CloudBrick, Cloudflare, and Incapsula. Task 3 benefits of cloud. The reason behind the popularity of cloud computing is the benefits that IT offers on premises computing. Below it a list of benefits provided by cloud computing. Ito IT cost. Reduce IT costs are one of key benefits of using cloud. Kasi nga, di ba, hindi na sila gagamit ng mga bibili ng mga kung ano-anong gamit. Kasi nga, nasa langit na yung server mo, pati yung, ayun no, hindi na sila bibili ng server or any hardware. Baga, nasa langit na kasi nga nasa cloud na siya. Scalability. Cloud computing allows you to scale your IT infrastructure up or down on a demand basis. You can provision new servers, add or remove memory, or any other components when required. Business continuity. Cloud computing helps you to protect your data in all kinds of situations. For example, a natural disaster, a power outage. Ayun din, kinagandaan din niya once na may mga baha, landslide. Imbis na nasa hard drive mo o SSD yung mga nakalagay yung file mo, hindi siya, pag naka-cloud siya, hindi siya apektado kasi online lang naman siya. Loss prevention. Ayun, parang ngayon nga, parang di ka mawawalan masyado ng mga kasi tas may backup ka pa, di ka na talaga mawawalan nun. Kaya yung kinagandaan ng cloud. Collaboration efficient. Collaboration is another key advantage of cloud computing. Some cloud service providers allow multiple users to work together in a single document or project. Access can be granted at different levels. For example, one user can give a read access while the other user can have okay. Parang siya, ba na to? Parang Microsoft o kaya PDF, ay Microsoft. Ayun, yung isang user makakabasa lang, yung isa i-edit, ganun. Parang isa pwede lang magbasa, isa pwede niya i-edit. Automatic updates. When you have application to cloud environment, you do not need to worry about the update process. Ayun din kinagandaan niya na meron siyang automatic updates. Hindi yung kunyari, papasok ka ng files, parang mag-automatic updates na siya doon na malalagay yung files, lahat ng gagawin mo. Hindi katulad nung ikakopy mo tapos ilalagay mo dun sa hard drive mo, ganun. Security. The cloud service provider uses the latest security tool to monitor the data hosted by its client. When you have in-house data, you need to hire a skilled security professional and branch security hardware and application. Mobility. User may require 24/7 access to data whenever they are traveling off sa term. Parang sobrang accessible niya kahit saan ka magpunta. Parang lagi mo siyang dala. Parang tatandaan mo lang paano mo mabubuksan yun. Exercise 2, threat to cloud security. Ito na mga pwedeng maging threat sa kanila. Just like on-premise infrastructure, cloud computing is also prone to several threats. Mga prone management interface failure, virtual machine level attack, malicious insider, service failure, weak authentication, inadequate infrastructure design, cloud service provider shutting down, multi-tenancy, misconfiguration. And these are several types of attacks that can be conducted on the data application running the cloud. Some common attacks. Ito mga common attacks daw yan. Social engineering, network sniffing, DOSD, man in the middle, SQL injection. Ito mga tawag. Mamaya, natin mabasa. So, task 1, database. Ito na yun. Data breach is the one of biggest threats in the cloud computing. Ito daw pinakamalaking threats. Delicate. In data breach, confidential critical person data is stolen and accessed by unauthorized entity. Ayun, parang papasukan yung cloud mo. Kumbaga, imbes na secure. Pwedeng mapasok pala yun, no? Task 2, data loss. Data loss can occur due to various reasons. For example, server failure, human error. Ayun, pwede rin kasi bigla mo na lang ang katulugan mo, mapindot mo yung delete. Burado lahat yun. Tapos wala, di ka naglagay ng backup. Diba? Tapos minsan, ano pa, ayun no, server failure, minsan naglolo pa yung failure. Naglolo pa yung server. Account hacking, ayun, normal na normal. Yung ma-hack yung account mo. Tapos di mo na ma-recover. Kaya kailangan, meron kang authentication na malupit. Task for technology loopholes. There are two types of technology loopholes. The loopholes could be vulnerabilities of a cloud server and application it has running, or it could be misconfiguring the system. When hacker exploit the technology loophole, the impact can be on single cloud server. Task 5, strangled insider. Strangled employees can be a cause of insider attack. These are generally employers who have administrative access to the system and know the internal operations. Exercise 3. Safeguarding against cloud security threats. It's important to ensure that you along with the cloud service provider use various methods to safeguard your data against the cloud security threats. For example, you can figure two-step authentication and encrypt. Oops. However, your cloud service provider needs to provide a mechanism for you to configure this. So, ito matututunan natin sa module. Task 1, shared space. So, yun. Depending on your plan with the cloud service provider, you may opt store data on a shared server, which means that multiple user or customers are storing their data on the same server. Parang kasi pwedeng kahit ilan, depende sa nyo, kung sino makakatanggap lang ng mga data. Backing up data, you should perform backup regularly. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, dapat kailangan naka-backup yung data nyo. This means that you need to set up backup and restore process. Task 3, updating backup regularly. Ayun, parang halos same lang to, backing up data. Tapos ito, i-backup mo daw dito. Tapos dito naman, lagi mong update yung yung backups mo. Dapat lagi. Para in case na may mawala man, at least mababawi mo din siya. Strong password, napakahalaga. Saka kailangan yung mo at least 8 or letters, numbers, special characters combination, may lower and upper cases. Two-step authentication, ito maganda. Kailangan lagi na may two-step authentication. Dapat nakakonect Gmail mo or cellphone number or kahit anong authentication, Google authentication, ganun. Exercise 4, cloud privacy issue. Cloud computing even taught it as a change how IT infrastructure is set up and managed. It is not spared from privacy issue. Some threats can pose an extreme danger to the cloud, its services, and data. In this exercise, you will learn about cloud privacy issues. Ayan. Task 1, data ownership. Yan. Using cloud to store data, its ownership can be concerned. Two types of data reside in the cloud. Task 2, data location. When opting up cloud services from a cloud server provider, you need to ensure that it offers enough security services to protect your data. Kailangan alam mo din kung saan mo dadalhin yung mga yung data mo. Data migration. Ayun, data migration can be significant privacy risk when moving the data to the cloud environment or moving it from cloud to another cloud. For example, if you are migrating application data to cloud using FTP, send data into your text, this could pose the risk of something intercepting the data during the migration. Kumbaga, kunyari, lilipat mo yung ano mo, yung data mo sa cloud to cloud. Habang ninilipat mo, di mo alam, may ano na pala. May someone intercepting, may ano na pala. Meron ding na-connect sa mga data nyo na itinakaw. So, data permanency. When users start using cloud computing, they tend to put a lot of data in cloud storage. Ayun, dami daw naglalagay sa cloud storage, lalo na mga newbie. Some of the data is used regularly and the remaining data is not accessed for an extended period. This untouched data can become obsolete or stale. Ayun daw yung mga di daw masyadong nagagamit. This untouched can be obsolete or stale. Therefore, the question arises whether keep the data in the cloud without the removal of obsolete data, it becomes permanent, which should be removed and archived. Exercise 5. Cloud privacy issues. Along with the benefits, cloud computing also brings a broad spectrum or new security risks. Ayan, security risks daw. Ito ulit matututunan natin, encryption. Yan, task 1, encryption. Without encryption, data at transit is vulnerable. This is true for data in local system or in the cloud. If no encryption is in use, there is a higher risk of data loss or exposure of confidential data to an attacker. Task 2, reading terms and conditions carefully. Before opting up any service from cloud service provider, you should read the terms and conditions carefully. Most of the terms and condition documents hold clauses that define the server levels. For example, you may have opted for one server, but then you are also charged for its associated services. Ayun daw, kailangan daw, lagi mo babasahin yung reading, terms and condition nila. Kasi minsan daw, may mga extra charge pa pala, imbis na may ayun lang yung cloud lang babayaran mo, pero may services pa palang babayaran. Task 3, avoiding the share feature on cloud. When your data is residing in the cloud, you should avoid the share feature. When you are sure your data is usually in the clear text, increasing the risk of interception. Task 4, avoiding storing sensitive data in the cloud. You should strictly avoid storing sensitive data in the cloud when the data is stored in the cloud. Ito lang, parang sinabi lang na yung mga sensitive data mo, may mga sensitive kang kailangan mo siya ilalagay sa cloud kasi nga once na mahack yung cloud mo, pwede na itong makalat at makuha ng iba. Exercise choosing a cloud service provider. Ito naman pagkuha ng cloud service provider. Whether you are going to OPT of cloud service provider, corporate or personal use, you should come up with several questions to ask the cloud service provider. Task 1. Question to ask before choosing a service provider. When using cloud service, you may have concerns that relate to security, backup, availability, scalability, at support. Ayan. Ito mga kailangan daw. Ito basta tatandaan. Ayan. Yung limang yan. What type of security is implemented in your cloud? This question is critical as you will be storing your personal or corporate data in the cloud. And therefore, you need to ensure that the service provider has enough security implemented. Ilan yung services na pipiliin mo, may sobrang kailangan secure. Where exactly is the data stored? Yan. Kailangan tatanungin mo yan kasi para alam mo kung saan mapupunta yung data mo. And you should ask the cloud service provider where the data is stored. You may be in a discussion with a small provider who does not have a backup data center or does not replicate data across the different regions. Ayun, ingat doon sa mga i-replica yung mga data na ilalagay mo doon. What type of backup and restore do you perform? Ayan, kung ano yung backup in case na mabura o magka-problema din sa server nila, di ba? What is frequency of service outage? You should question the cloud service provider about the scheduled service outage and their frequencies. Ayun, kadalasan kasi pagka kailangan na gamit mo na Kunyari, may kailangan ka i-save, kaso, tas kailangan mo, tas biglang nag-maintenance. O, diba? Parang, gagamitin mo? Sa mo yan, diba? Tas lalo na sa mga business, 'di ba kailangan laging naka-on 'yan. Eh, paano pagka nagkaproblema? How easily can I manage my services? Ayan, yun isa sa pinakamahalaga. This is an important factor if you have a small IT team. If the cloud infrastructure is complex, then it could be difficult for the IT team. Kailangan talaga yung ano nyo, yung magiging cloud server nyo, madali lang gamitin para di rin kayo mahirapan. What is the service level argument? SLAS. The SLAS define the service that cloud service provider has to meet within a given time frame. Kailangan mabilis. For example, if you opt for a lower price service plan, the cloud service provider may offer you a longer restore time. What happens if there is a data deletion or data loss? Yan, tatanong nyo paano may nabura. When you put your data in the cloud environment, you are trusting the cloud server provider. In case of an incident in which your data is deleted, you should question the cloud. Paano na daw pag ayan, parang explain niya lang. What's customer service support will be provided? Ayan, tatanungin mo din yan kasi ayan, dapat pipiliin mo lagi yung ano, offers 24 hours support either online or by phone. Yan, in case na magka-problema, at least may matatawagan ka. How easy would it be to scale and what extent? If your business is growing, your IT infrastructure demand are likely to go up. Ayun, dito pa magigets mo na parang sinabi na paano yung IT team nyo biglang lumaki. Kaya ba ng ano yun, ng cloud provider mo na mas madaming data yung papasok sa nila, parang kaya ba i-handle or doon parang i-check mo na. Review, well done, you have completed the securing the cloud practice. Ayun, medyo madali naman siya intindihin kasi naman siya. Understandable naman siya, lalo na yung ibang lang, mga question, ayun. You complete the following exercise 1 to 6, introduction to cloud, hanggang choosing a cloud service provider. Yan, ito yung mga natutunan natin, type of cloud service, benefit of cloud, ayan, shared service, data migration, encryption, ayun. Ayun lang, thank you.